Yeah, I think it's time. It's time to work on the Godkiller. The Godkiller. Hey, I'm Eric. I'm making this game with Unity and C# and PNGs and WAVs and assorted media and good intentions and hope and diet root beers. All these things are going into this game. I'm going to demo it to you. I'm going to demo recent progress. I like to start the stream showing you what I've done lately. And let's see, what have I done lately? All right. I'm like forgetting what exactly did I do yesterday. I know I worked on finishing up. Is this gonna go? There you go. I worked on finishing up the face animation. Not all the face. I have to make a distinction. There's authoring face animation. I'm using this verb authoring a lot because it's creating content specific to a level that would sort of work the puppet. You know, there's what the puppet says and does and what drama unfolds around it, the lines that it speaks, all that is to come. But the capabilities of the puppet, or in this case, the face animation, I think I'm done. I think I got it. I've got little niggling doubts that perhaps there might be something else, and I might test a little bit, see what's really bothering me or what's not quite working. Okay. So let's see. You come out here. All right. So there's these hands are hovering around. There's a face up above M. I added something last night where it'll fake some lip movements for speaking. But what I actually want, once I have the lines recorded from the actors, I've got the voiceover in, is to have the lip movements actually be animated based on the audio. And I've done that before. It's not a big deal. Right now it's just making up some kind of nonsense mouth movements. There are a few things about it, I admit. They don't quite feel intuitive to me. It's worse with this conversation with the hands, because the hands are a character. As much as I like the hands, it wasn't the most straightforward choice for me to put them at the very beginning of the game for the first conversation that you're dealing with. Okay. So, that's what I did. Okay, so note her eye movements. I added randomness to it. So she'll mostly focus on whoever she's talking to or whoever's talking. But there's room for her to deviate from that, and it looks a lot more natural. So there's some things like, in parentheses, it'll say squeals fearfully. And then her lips move. That's when the fake lip movements look particularly weird. Because she's clearly not saying something that needs lip movements, or at least not varied lip movements. It'd just be like, ah, you know, something like that. A few sessions back, I added the ability to add to the emotions a lid height as well. So we've got some emotions expressed with eyes open wide, some squinty, some with eyes closed. Okay, that's the end of the dialogue there. So this session, I think I'm just going to grab bag, meaning I'll look for small things to fix. I do have a potential fix on my build system. I had a bug that prevented me from getting a build out last night, and I think I've probably fixed it. So I'll be checking back in on this a little bit later. Actually, I'm not going to check on that later. I'm going to leave that. Just leave it alone. Or at least I won't check on it in the stream, because yeah, it's not going to be very stream worthy. Let's see. So I knew that in this level there is a bug that I found yesterday while I was play testing, where you can fling off this area and get someplace you're not supposed to go. I can fix that pretty easily, I think. I just have to set an obstacle over here that makes you drop down back onto the stairs. Okay, so that's the right height. So just move this out over here. Is it going to mess up the camera ducking underneath? I don't think so. Okay, to make it so it's not real weird looking, I will extend it upwards. And just so it's a little more decorative. Bring it down like that. Okay. I think that probably fixes it. Let me see if there's any other bugs on Paradise. Since I'm already on this level, I might as well fix other stuff. Okay, Paradise. I don't see anything. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna get over that area and see if I fix that bug. I gotta wait for the dialogue here to finish up. Weird. I don't. Jesus Christ. Okay. I don't know why it sort of partially accepted the shape I gave it instead of... it's weird. Usually it totally doesn't figure out that I add that shape there, or it totally does and it did something halfway in between, which is weird. Let's pre-process the level. A lot of times I come back out to editor, run that again, and then it can see shapes for the first time. I mean, a thing that might make some sense is if you're in a conversation and the conversation hasn't ended, to not let the face fade all the way out. Okay, that works. That is a fix. So let's take this guy, put it into the new release notes. Okay, what else needs fixing? I could fix this thing. Well, I think this is actually fine though, with the change I made yesterday, so let's just yank that out. I know one thing. I want to be able to replace the player game object in each level with the prefab. I want to do it automatically. So I'll write a little bit of code. They'll just go through all the levels and just swap it out. Swap it out. Because that would fix some issues. There's also some levels where the sploders aren't set correctly. So let's save that. All right, I'm gonna be right back. Yeah, back to it. So let's see. This thing with missing the particle explosions in some of the levels, that might be the most important thing for me to fix. Because it's confusing people. Play testers. So I think I'll just make a pass through all the levels. Not all of them, but all the ones after a certain point. So let's go to levels JSON. So you cannot die in the game until you reach Treachery Bridge. So I'll start from Treachery Bridge and just go through and make sure that the particle explosions are working in each one of those scenes. And that's probably the most important thing for me to do. Oh, it's called First Death. Each scene's got the first name I gave it, then in the file name, and then later on I come up with a display name, if you will, for it inside of the game, the actual name of it. But let's see. So that looks healthy. Let's see if I've actually got the explosions. It will be faster to just play through the levels until I find specific levels that are missing the explosion. Yeah, that one's good. So then I hit this cheat key. Oh, the cheat key is only for playtesters. Okay. Let me fix that. I want the cheat key too. I want the cheat key. I definitely want it. I can fix that. Okay. So a problem I've got is that some of the keys that are playtester commands are also things I'd like to be developer commands. What's the best way to handle that? Because this build that I'm running does not have test release. Yeah, let's just combine them into one thing. Okay, define cheat keys. If anyone's watching me do this and saying, oh, there's cheat keys, I can learn the cheat keys and use them, it'll build out. By the time you get your build, those keys will not be there. Sorry. Let's see. So we'll say this one I never use. Let me get rid of that one. Don't think I'm going to use this one anytime soon. And you know what? I could just make this one function. Let's do handle cheat keys. Say if cheat keys, handle those cheat keys, just handle them. All right, that should do it. for it to finish. There we go. Okay, cheat key. There we go. Okay, so the question is, if I get killed, will it show the spikes? I need to get past this first room in order to do that. So. I kill myself. Ah! Okay, so I found the first one that has the problem. So let's make a list as I go. Oh, this is done. I can get rid of this. Okay. Levels, missing, player, death, particles. The whelm. Alright. Is it possible to die in this level? I don't think it is. It might be, though. Maybe I put spikes over on this side. I'll see in a second. Nope. Not possible to die, so I won't be able to see that. Effect. This one might also be one where I can't die. Just trying to remember what was on the other side of this. Just an exit. Okay, this is a no death level. This one you can die. Double check that. So let's just put when landing on spike at bottom of shaft of 1x1 shaft, death animation is no moves left instead of spike. So maybe Compasorium has got a problem. Although if I move a little bit further, I can see if it's a problem with the particles, or if it's just this particular weird case of these narrow shafts. Alright, so let's just go get all the stuff to cross the bridge. Alright, so I've got enough stuff to spell the word that lets me cross the bridge. I forget where I spell it. I think northeast cornered works. All that to see if I can die on these spikes. Oh, I could have tried it out without making the bridge too. Okay. So I verified that there's no particles on this level either. Next level. Let's see. I think I can fling across. Let me just verify that. Okay. Glory Heights also needs some fixing. Man. Whole bunch of things need to be fixed. Can't tell from that. I need them to smash me, not trap me. Yep, got it. Let's see, are there spikes in this one? There are. Okay. This one's interesting too because it's one of the more recent ones I made. So I'm curious if the problem is like a more recent issue. Okay, let's go this way. Okay, that one too. That's weird. I left these big old empty spaces. They're kind of neat, but don't remember leaving those. I mean, they're interesting. I just don't remember leaving those. I don't think I want to change them. I kind of like them. See if I can get to a point where it's possible to dye it with particles. So can I get out the side? Okay, good. Let's see, off this way. I don't think there's any place in here to dye with particles, but so far almost every level has needed it, so I'll just add it to the list. This might be my favorite level in the game. Okay, add that one to the list. What is this one called? No, something pit. Something pit. What was that? That was Jason. Not the lesser pit. The pit tower. I might have to switch my approach here pretty quick because it seems like every single one, with like one exception, has been broken. So there's not that much value. Yeah, every single one. There's not that much value in like quickly finding the ones that have the problem when almost all of them have the problem. So I might as well just go through and see if I can fix them one by one. Let's see, that last one was quelling fields. More quelling field. Okay. Let's go back to first death was fine. Let's do one that I know is broken, but is also easy to get to the death with particles, so I can fix that without ice plus beards. So I can verify the fix without having to play far into the level to try it out. So if I just go to main, what I would love to see is something wrong with these. Unfortunately, I don't see that. All this problem started when I moved some things around. Let me just try dragging this over. This is a prefab too. What's up with that? Yeah, I guess I don't truly know the problem yet. I don't know the cause of the problem, I should say. Also, this is slow to restart. That seemed to have fixed it. Okay. Now let me do something that might make this go a whole lot faster. So I made a change in some file, someplace, main, object. Okay, I won't know it until I save it. So let's save it. It's going to be an ice plus beards. What? Okay, so these PNGs, they're just thumbnails. Ice plus beards. Maybe it happened in here? Did I save something or not? Did I save something? File. Save. I would have expected assets, project, scenes, paradise.unity. Not paradise.unity, but ice plus beards.unity to be here in the modified list. Let me see what it actually changed here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that's about. Probably some editor setting. Editor select mode. Yeah. Okay. But do save project. Maybe I need to make some token edit. Okay, now we'll save. Okay, so if I look at what changed, I'm curious what it thinks changed. Oh, shit. Now it's going to be hard to find the difference this way because it's using LFS. Okay. So maybe this approach of looking at the changes isn't going to work so great in the files, because I was hoping there'd be like one text change that I could make and I'd just update it before and after in the different files without having to load each level. But what this is doing is the file is it's storing something that is not the actual file, at least in Git history. All right. Because of this large file system thing. Let's move her back. I'm not 100% sure that I did something that fixed the problem. It might have been something a little more random. I'm going to play it one more time. I don't like that I seem to have fixed the problem, but Unity did not allow me to save it until I contrived something that would allow me to save it. That seems to imply that I didn't actually change anything, and that maybe the bug is still there. It's just intermittent in some form. But it seems to be doing all right. All right, let's go to another one. I'm just going to put for now a question mark. on this quelling field, maybe. Let's go to one that's easy to test. School blocks, pretty easy. I think the working name of it was tutorial. Okay, making sure that it still fails. Actually, I saw particles there. Although I'm not really sure. Those might not have been particles. Those might have been trails since they're the same color. Let's try again. Okay, that's definitely particles. Okay, so if there's particles there, and there weren't before, does it have something to do with moving between levels? That makes some sense, because you could say when you load it in the editor, the first level you're at's got the particles, but then you travel while still in play mode to another level. This one's hard. Hard to get the guys to kill you. There we go. So I think this might be it. You move on to a new level and you lose the particles. So it's not really one particular level. If I go and restore back to quelling field, or even just school blocks, my prediction is I will have lost the particles. Yeah. All right. So that's good. Let's even do quelling field. Wow. Okay, so exit there. So if this is the problem, the first culprit is usually static variables when the bug surfaces when you go from one level to another. I'm going to look at the module and see what static vars it has. Well, this silly thing. I don't know why I use system random. right, so there's that. Okay, I'm not worried about a static random number generator. That's fine. Exploder pool. Who's using it? It might be Exploder util. Yeah, let's go look at Exploder util. I see static. There's static right there. It's the most suspect thing right there. I did this earlier, and this is an anti-pattern. I know this now. When you create a static class, and the main reason you created it was so that it would be convenient to call the methods inside of it in a stateful way. That's the anti-pattern. If you make a static class and it's stateless, or pretty damn close to stateless, then that's an okay use of a static class. It's actually pretty nice. But as soon as you corrupt that static class with static members in it, that's kind of sucky. Also, I no longer need to do this. This is some of the first code I wrote in the project, and it's got the most embarrassing things in it for me. Okay. So I could totally refactor all this. I don't want to. I think instead what I can do is something a lot simpler. Just clear the pools. In fact, did I already do that? Let's clear it. Yeah, this is bad. This is kind of weird. Why did I do a =1 here? Why would I ever do that? That looks like a typo, if anything. Okay, this should be 0. This I can probably just get rid of. That no longer works. This could fail in some cases. So we'll say else if reactant is a spiker piece. Oh, is the player piece considered a reactant? No. All right. Let's just... Oh, yeah, it never would have been a player piece. Hold on, hold on. Is this code even... Yeah. All right, let me put it back how it was, just so I can make sure I'm not screwing something up. Yeah, okay, there's still this line here, which is right, as it should be. Okay. This is not code I'm real proud of. The faster way to check for null. It doesn't do a lifetime check on the piece. Okay, so this should clear out anything that was there. Now I don't feel. Yes, it is. Oh, block exploder prefab. Oh yeah, that's not a bad thought. No, it is used down here. Oh, but is it actually being used? Because the blocks have their own exploders built into them. Some of my worst code. All right, let me just see if it runs. If it runs and fixes the bug with this one little change I put in. So I keep on I keep on getting sidetracked by just the awfulness of this code, you know, being one of the things I made in the first 3 months of learning Unity coding. Okay, I expect it to work even if I didn't fix the bugs. On the first death, that one's fine. Let's just come right back to something easy. Yeah. That seems to have fixed it. Okay. Let me go to one that was definitely not working before. Chaotic grains, that'll do it. There we go. think I fixed this one. Okay, so I'm going to call that a fix. Let's take out all these. Let's see, fixed. Okay, so one thing, there's this no moves left check. Let's see if I can get that. Let's see, player no moves left effect. Alright, so there's this kill player with insufficient moves. And then there's kill player if insufficient moves. That's the one that's going to get called by the handler. It's going to be called in board updater. But let's say not if the player died. Let's only check it. Let's only check it if the player isn't already dead. That'll probably fix it. I'll go back to Compassorium. Come on, come on. Okay, file, open scene. Project, scenes, Compassorium. Oh, it's called something else, like Death Compass, yeah. Waiting for the play, waiting for the play, come on. Okay, that looked good. Alright, looks fixed. Let's see, what else? I'm not going to do this. Fix them as I see them. I don't think there's that many problems. For a while it looked like there was a bunch of problems, but it was really just the death particles not showing. That was the main contributor. But since I'm on the topic of death, when falling through the spikes, the death CRH is at the end of the fall instead of the spikes. That's a good one to fix. For that one, let's go to a test level. So I can just set up the exact contrived scenario that I need for this. Okay. So we could do something like this. I'm gonna take this, move it over here. And let's see if we can get a repro. I'm waiting for the play. Okay. That is a repro. It's a little hard to see with everything going on. But the skull's down there by the floor instead of up where the spikes are at. I wonder, is it only falling, or will it also do the same thing if I... Oh, that's too high. Let's try this one. Okay, that one works as expected. Alright, this might be the last bug I fix tonight. Fall util, that would be the one. Okay, I'm going to go through this. Okay, so land. We're saying where we're going to fall to. Nothing interesting there yet. This is for the case where you just fall from too far and it's considered infinite. I kind of wonder if this death touch piece. Oh, you know what it is? It's going to be moved to. Move to. Okay, this is just stepping. No, this is properly falling. So here we're saying if it's more than just one step down, then it's called falling. And this code here is weird. Because oh boy, this is code that I'm reluctant to touch. Because, I mean, it's definitely works. But I can see just sort of algebraically, like when you perform simplifications on algebraic equations, there's certain things that have to be true. Let's say logically, this simplifies this way, and it has to be true. There's another word I want besides algebraically, but that's like the first place I learned that there are certain transactions that could be performed on a set of symbols, and their meaning would remain exactly the same. And that's what I just did there. So I don't know what these different things are. So here I'm saying h is equal to land height. So it feels like code would never come here. Because if this is getting said here, then land height and h will always be the same. So here's some code, and it says, okay, God, this is ridiculous. This is a mess. Because if we say that land height minus h is greater than this value, which is going to be -1, greater than equal to it, okay, no, that's not quite the same thing. Okay, because it could be -1, 0, or 1. I no longer feel confident about saying this is falling. But still, I just don't know. When would code ever come here? Because we've said that h is equal to land height here. This function does not modify either of these values. There's no ref here. So if that's the case, I mean, logically, we should just be able to. No, it's not quite that easy. Not quite that easy. Okay, so this should always be equal to 0. Should always be equal to 0. There's no way it could not be equal to 0 at this point. No way. Absolutely no way. So I'm just going to put 0 here. And 0 is always going to be greater than or equal to dh step down, which is -1. So that can be removed. Okay. This one says, okay, if h not equal to height. Now this can be true. This can be true. I was getting confused because we also have land height. I kind of have lost track of what all these different variables actually mean. But just on the surface, this could execute. I still don't know what it means. I did a terrible job of updating this in a maintainable way. That's not to say that the code doesn't work, but it is confusing as fuck for me to revisit it. It's the thing, you look at code and you say, oh, this is garbage code. That's just, there's two ways to evaluate code. One is how easy is it to understand? The other one is how many bugs does it have in it? Well, there's more ways to evaluate than that. This does not have many bugs in it. And it covers a lot of situations. So if you just go and look at some code and say, oh, it's all crufty nonsense, you lose out on whatever intelligence was bestowed upon it by thousands of updates. It seems weird to talk about when it's just my own code, but at a certain point when code is old enough, it might as well be somebody else that wrote it. And so that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at code that doesn't even feel like me anymore because I can't remember all the things I did earlier. This is like at least 2 years old. But I made some careful simplifications there. They should not have changed what the code does in any way. Okay, so with that said, I think the thing that would detect the movement or the spike is in here, or it's in here. Okay, now here's the next weird thing that should be simplified. Either of these cases, they do the same thing. I'm pretty sure. I'm double checking it right now. So this line is exactly the same as this line. This line is exactly the same as this line. How did I produce this? It's just iterative changes. So, okay, now let's look for something else ridiculous, if there is that. All right, before we make any more changes to this, I just want to step around just a little bit. I just don't want to have broken something there. I think it's impossible that I did. And what do you know? I fucked something up. Oh man, what the hell is the deal with this code? Okay, let's try this again. Undo, 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 undo. This is atrocious. Okay, status quo. Make sure it still works. And I'll try the simplification exercise a second time. I'm sure I missed something. I think I can see it. There is one case. There's a third case where it doesn't do anything. That was being protected for by that nested if. But man, that is convoluted. Okay, so now we're back to normal. Same bug. Okay. Just notice something. Come back to fall util. Okay, so I made this exact change before and it was wrong, or it wasn't. It was going from wrong to wrong. I'm remembering now. So there's three cases here. This thing is exactly the same as this. But inside of here, there's the possibility that h not equal height. Okay. I do know that this is always going to be 0. Okay. And saying this is always going to be true. Okay. So it's God, this is so weird. So if that's always going to be true, then that means this code will never run. And then this code can sometimes run. So let me try this. Okay, this is looking better. Okay. Okay, all that just to get to a point where I might consider what to do next here. I'm pretty sure this is the thing that will cause the death. Let me go look at piece util move 2. Okay, M is traversing multiple squares. We set M, call row height. Okay, we can check over each thing. Okay. So here I'm saying we're going to take the piece all the way down to the floor. Here I'm saying after we've already sort of done that, let's go check each square. Occupy square is going to tell us if occupy square is going to potentially kill the player. Okay, then there's a thing like where did you die at? Okay, that would be in death util, I guess. Okay. Let's go look at occupy square. Let me try this. If I say that might do it. Let me see if that fixes it. I might clean it up a little bit more neatly, but I want to see first if it fixes it. I don't think it fixed it. Okay. So if I set this, okay, is this really what's being used though for the showing the death? Let's get rid of that. This is probably the same thing. The thing I don't understand too well is what does this do? Okay, now I get it. So this is going to erase the piece from the board. We'll add the piece back if they didn't die. But maybe just say maybe set CRH of piece to place of death. Maybe. First I'm going to try set died CRH because that seems more straightforward to me. But I don't think it'll work because I think I did the equivalent of setting this inside of the occupy square function. So I think this will have the same effect as the last thing, which had no effect. Yeah, that's in the wrong spot. Okay, cool. So next I'll say, let's try piece set CRH to CRH. Don't want to lose track that this could be really junky code. Oh, I'm already setting this though. It's not going to work. It will not work because I'm just being redundant. All right. Yeah, because I set it here. Then the piece is probably not alive at this point. So let's just put this back to what it was. And I may want to debug, run this in the debugger to figure out what's going on a little bit better. And then okay, when did I put this in? Oh. Yeah, I think this is the right place. Okay. So who's calling you? Rebirth guide. Okay, all that. Okay, so that. This is used to figure out where you'll be reborn at. And then the reuse analysis is going to end up setting this died CRH thing. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so if I set this, it should be picked up. Okay, fine, no problem. What I will do set a breakpoint down here. And I will recreate the case that is important to me, and I'll see what the values are when I'm at my 2 breakpoints. Okay, first thing I want to know, what's the CRH? 936. Okay, what is the died CRH? Also 936. Let me think about that. So CRH 6, it's up high. The ground floor level's at 3. I can tell because that's where the birth egg is at. So this looks healthy. I'm going to keep stepping through because maybe something else is going to mess it up. Piece is not alive. I can undo this breakpoint. Piece is not alive. Nope. Shouldn't affect it. Also, is the piece the player piece? It is. Okay. Where am I at? Walk. Okay, that's pretty top level. Let me just check. Is it still 936? It is. Okay. Play. Oh. Weird. The breakpoint that I set did not run. However, the bug is gone. What? I did not make a change to code that would... Oh, wait a minute. I know what happened. So the first time I had my breakpoint, it was looking at the predictive boards, which are like headless instances of the game that run to figure out like what's going to happen if you go in one direction or not. So I got confused by that. Still, let's see. Player CRH at 936. What about the player piece? Reuse analysis. Oh, we don't know yet. Let's go and see what it figures out. Okay. You are where? 936? Okay, died CRH is 936. That's good. Oh, height 3 on this one. So 2. Okay, this is 293. This CRH here is the birth egg place, but died CRH looks right. I think I might understand what's up. So far it looks good. There's the death marker. That's at 936. This is player CRH is at 936. That might be wrong, because this is the center CRH. I think the players actually moved. To the egg, so this might be wrong there. Yeah, let's look at the local positions. 0, 1. So it just set it to 0. So it said, we're going to move you to a location that's centered on wherever the player is currently at. And that isn't working. I'm wondering if I need this local position stuff though. Because if I've got the CRH here, why don't I just set to an absolute position? It might not work, I don't know. Yeah, there's a good chance it wouldn't work because the player transform is sort of outside this whole coordinate system thing. So I need to pass in the correct center coordinates. I don't know why other things work and this doesn't though. That's why I'm very reluctant to change this code. Okay. So why not do this? Player series. Where did I get that from? All right, let's exit out of here. Let's just try board player. Okay, get player piece. That seems wrong too, though, because this is going to be in like the. Well, no, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, I think I got it. Let's try this. Birth. I have no idea why it did work for other things besides this, but try it. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, let me try my other idea. Just because I just don't know. Maybe it does work. Maybe it doesn't. Let's try it. I already got a CRH, might as well. It's definitely a more straightforward way to code it. If it does work, then I would be pretty happy to simplify this whole thing, to remove the center H and all this. But let's give it a shot. It's good to see that depth marker is still working. Okay. Okay. There we go. That's really great, actually. That means I can get rid of some code that's needlessly complicated. Oh, I like that. Okay. It's nice when you get to delete code. So we don't need center CRH. We don't need to calculate everything relative to the center. Bam. Okay, that will cause some other errors. Let's just build to find them. thing. I think I can fix a bug in a very general purpose way. So we say face controller. Do I get a piece with the face controller? Let's put this back. Not here. Face Manager has a piece, and Face Manager can tell if it's dead or not. The person with the face. Take a look at is visible. Who sets it? Fade to. So fade to will set visible to be true. This feels like a pretty good stopping point. I got all the death bugs fixed. I think I need to think a little bit more about the ramifications of dying while you're talking. Let's just do one more real easy one. Reduce volume of spike sound. No, I gotta stop here. I gotta stop. This is actually a good one to save for some session where I'm just am totally tired and can't think very well. That's a good one to save. Then I can make some kind of progress and still feel good about myself. Alright, but what I'm gonna do off stream is I'm gonna work on some more concept art to send to Isak, and I've got a whole bunch more characters to send to him so he can make 3D models out of them, and I already sent to him already. Billy, concept art for Billy, this guy here, and also sent to him Groldy, who's not so much a character, but it's just a art for a type of creature. And I've got maybe 6 more or something like that. So maybe I'll do a little work on that. Off stream on my iPad. All right. If anyone's hanging out with me, thank you, and I will catch you later. But for now, I'm stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream right now.